Hello. Hello, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I think I'm live now. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Thank you for your patience with my tardiness, my lateness. Ah, this is going to be a good healing. Woohoo! This is the second of 3 healings on creativity. But it's good for a lot of different things, what we'll be doing today. And let's see, I'll be healing 105 people that prepaid on my website before it sold out. And but it's a good walkthrough for anybody, whether or not I will be healing you at the same time. If you didn't pay on my website before it sold out, then I'm not healing you, just to be absolutely clear. But like I said, it's a walkthrough because I talk out loud as I'm healing, so I explain what I'm doing as I talk. If you're one of the 105 people, you can heal yourself as you watch, or just chill out, sleep, clean your house, half listen to the live stream while you do something else. The options are endless. So this is the second in the set of 3 healings. Oh, thank you. I got my little adorable emojis, which I love. Thank you for that too. I love those. But I got my confirmation that you can see and hear me, so thanks. I need that, so that's good. Good to know. The first healing we did on Friday was very interesting. I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about it, so I'll try to be concise, but there were things in that healing which I liked, I saw were effective due to people's surveys. Thank you for your surveys. Because when you write the survey, I'm reading the person's energy who wrote the survey. So you just say how you feel, but then I'm looking at, okay, which technique helped this person the most, dun dun dun. So anyway, that's one of my cats, Smokey, running all around. Smokey. You can see his tail. Well, anyway, so the techniques that really worked. One of them I'm pretty excited about, which is extra healing on the astral body's 7th chakra and 1st chakra. Did seem to help let people's angels heal them more. So like telepathic consent participants, but also just regular people who meditate and get these healings. Definitely in their sleep, they were letting their angels heal them much more deeply than usual because of this astral 7th chakra and astral 1st chakra extra unblocking that we did. So I'm going to do that again today. And I even felt it personally during the day. I felt like my angels were healing me way more than usual, but it's because I was allowing it, I guess, because of that 7th and 1st chakra stuff. So, because I always see when I read other people that, your angels, they're always offering healing. It's just, are you open to it? Are you accepting your angels' help? So that is exciting. I think there's a lot of room for growth on that. So we're going to do that again today, the astral 7th and 1st chakra unblocking. Then also on Friday, we did this thing called, I called it the Who's Problems Clean Out. It was basically cleaning out other people's problems that you have in your space subconsciously, but I really liked, it was fun to do, like how we did it. We just like are aware of a problem that we have that's somebody else's, and then you kind of get to intuit whose it is a little bit and then give it to your angels. And so I felt that was hugely like a game changer for me personally at receiving the healing, but I also saw in other people it it gave Some people a sense of like serenity and simplicity, not having the other problems cluttering their space. Um, so we're absolutely doing that again. Oh, and it had a because I'm trying now more and more because I've seen that it's more effective. When you clean out, also nourish. So the whose problems clean out, the nourishing complement to it that we mix in with the clean out is hold on one sec. Mixed in with the whose problems clean out, where you get rid of other people's problems that you've been carrying subconsciously. Are it's not my problem healing energy flowers, which completely made my life made my life complete. So you make these energy healing flowers that are the vibration. It's sort of to help. It's like therapy to help you stop taking on other people's problems or stop like holding on to the problems that have been dumped on you. Um, and so the not it's not my problem flowers are just so cool. So obviously we'll do that as part of the whose problems clean out again today. Um, and then and I did a walkthrough on Friday. After the big 2 hour healing live stream, I did a small live stream that was mostly unannounced. I just said it at the end that I would be doing it soon. So on Friday I did this walkthrough that was it's like 28 minutes as a video now. And it has like clear problems in the title. It also has imbalanced love rules. And that's sort of, so it had my favorite part of the big 2 hour Friday healing in it. And plus it has aura repair and grounding unblocking. But then it has these imbalanced love rules, getting rid of those. And that's something I've always wanted to get to. So I was able to figure that out for that live stream and do it. So it's in the 28-minute video. So in that little walkthrough, you do the, aura repair grounding, and then you do the whose problems clean out, and the, it's not my problem flowers, and the imbalanced love rules, clearing those out. So it's, I definitely recommend that walkthrough if you want. It's only 28 minutes. So it's could be really nice for people. I'll be using it. But what are imbalanced love rules? So it's like stuff that you internalize maybe growing up as a kid, or maybe when you were in some unhealthy adult relationship, or any past life that it's still within you as a spirit. So it's like people will love me if I'm always perfect, or if I'm pretty, people will love me, or if I'm always funny, people will love me, or if I always am helpful, people will love me. So it's just these things that you as a little kid, or, like I said, in all these situations that you internalize, that now could be making you an overgiver, or it could be making you kind of a martyr, or, just making your human relationships unhealthy in, various ways that you may not even realize. So we're going to do that today too, because the whole point is, because when I did that, the imbalanced love rules thing, it was just in that little walkthrough video. So I didn't do it as a healing for everybody. So it'd be good to do it as a healing. Facilitate that for the 105 people. Because the point behind clearing out people's problems and, clearing out these imbalanced love rules is to help streamline your energy towards creativity, towards manifesting, towards creative inspiration, solving your own problems, creative problem solving. And so we're trying to, get you to be more creative by getting rid of some of the junk. Not only that's in the way, but like that if you're carrying these problems subconsciously, you're trying to solve them. And that's where a lot of your energy could be going. Making you less focused, more resistant to your own work, whatever. So imbalanced love rules. It's not a very sexy name, unfortunately, but it is a wonderful thing to do. Clearing out imbalanced love roles. And that we'll do flower healing with that, self-acceptance, self-love flowers. Um, we did another good thing on Friday, but I don't think we'll have time to do it today. We'll see. But I would love to redo it today, but we might not. We took off astral body objects, like pieces of anything, restrictive things that were on your astral body that are restraining you creatively or with your manifesting. But we might not repeat that today. One thing we definitely will have time to do today is, the new thing for today. Well, one of the new things for today would be brain energy healing for the brain, and the this is it, spinal cord. The brain and the spinal cord. I'll do some energy healing on that. Again, with the goal of helping to streamline you so you can have more energy to solve your own problems and, have creative inspiration, self-expression, creativity, stuff like that. And just to remind you, I said it on Friday, but if you're only listening to this one, I'll say it again. I'm sort of defining creativity as not just painting a painting or writing a poem, like the stereotypical creativity, but just like creating, manifesting, doing what you're meant to do, solving your own problems, making progress on your own projects. That I see creativity more as a broad thing of creating, not being stuck, basically, in a way. Not just sitting around and thinking, but acting on your world and creating, and so for me, organizing, like say if you organize your desk or you organize your office or a shelf in your room, to me that also is creativity, because you're getting past your mental blocks that you've had for like 2 years about that shelf, and you're just like, oh yeah, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here. And for me, that's like a creatively inspired thing. So, but yeah, so we'll see where all this leads us. It should be fun. Something that may fit into today is manifestation wings, because I think that manifestation wings are, they actually look like giant angel wings once you heal them properly. Behind you, if you don't heal them properly, they just like crunch up like burnt bat wings or something. But they can generate a lot of energy, and they're sort of like creative power in a way, or that's why they're called manifestation wings. The angels had me call them that because they help you manifest. They help you go big, like create something bigger. Like so I was looking at Prince, the musician, songwriter, Prince, composer, who is now in heaven. And he, of course, had some imbalances. He was not perfect. I don't want to have his, what I would consider maybe religious extremist views, or, that he had towards the end, or some other issues he had, but he was very creatively prolific. So I was looking at that, and part of that was the brain activity that I noticed when he was composing and being so prolific. And part of what I noticed too was his manifestation wings. They were in great shape, and that it looks like that helped him to kind of go big, with it, and rather than just being some unknown, backup singer, or an unknown, person who writes for some singer. So the manifestation wings seem to. So I think that could help. I mean, and realistically, for you and me, maybe that's, rather than organizing one shelf, we organize an entire room, or rather than having a hobby, we change our career or something. It could help you to upsize what you're accomplishing. Maybe not now, but within the next year, you start hatching something on a spirit level, and then finally you become conscious of it, and so may not give you results. Well, it may give you results by Tuesday, the manifestation wing stuff, but also big things can take a while to sort of become obvious. So some of this is like hindsight. In hindsight, you can see what helped. But anyway, so manifestation wings we probably will fit into. So yeah, I think I'm ready. I'm just everyone's saying hi, hello, hello. Okay, cool. So I'm going to be quiet. Oh, let me peek at how many people are watching. I don't know if I'll be able to see that on my end. 22 people. That's cool. So hi everybody that's watching live. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna have the quiet time part now, where I do another moment of prep for myself, and I say hi telepathically, non-verbally to the 105 people, just to make sure that people are aware that the healing's about to start, so they're ready to make the most of it. And then when I start healing, I'll move my hands, but I won't be talking at first, and then I'll shortly after that I'll talk. So about 2 minutes of silence, maybe. Minute, 2 minutes of silence. So feel free to have a healthy beverage or journal or just breathe and relax or meditate if you're in the mood already. Thank you for your patience. Okay, thank you for waiting. So when you heal yourself, you can have a copy out in front of you that you're using to heal yourself. So you imagine a copy, and you don't have to see it if your clairvoyance is not yet developed. Just think it, put it out there with your intention, create with your thought a copy of your aura and your grounding, which is your connection to the core of the earth, and your body's in there, And so you just comb through it using your hands. You have hand chakras, so just say hi to those. Say hi to them, just meaning like be more aware of them. You have energy centers, a big one in each palm of each hand. So you could go ahead and unblock those, your hand chakras. And I'm doing that for the 105 people. So they're just, chakras are just round open cylinders. So there's a cylinder part and there's a round opening and a round opening. With hand chakras, the cylinder part is not very big, and there's just a round opening and a round opening. And then fingertip chakras, they're much smaller, but since you have 10 of them, they end up generating a lot of energy as well, which is cool. So just unblock your fingertip chakras, meaning you, with your intention or your thought or your vision, whichever you have, you set them to a color of metallic gold. And so that means that the energy they're generating is metallic gold in color and vibration, which is fast but not too fast. So it helps you clear energy blocks, loosen things up, repair things. And then you're using that gold light as you comb through things. So let's do grounding. Your grounding, I would suggest you create it with your intention to be very wide as your whole aura. So as wide as the palm of the sort of the base of the palm of your hand right there. Make your grounding that wide, red or orange or yellow, all the way down to the core of the earth. So it would stay wide all the way down like a waterfall that goes all the way down to the core of the earth. So you imagine a mini copy of your grounding. So here's the top of your grounding, which is actually, I would suggest your grounding comes up to your third chakra. Your third chakra is where your sternum bone ends. Your ribs meet right there, so that's your third chakra. So you just imagine that big red or orange or yellow grounding going up that high. And you have a little copy of it out in front of you. So here's the top of your grounding all the way down to the core of the earth. And you just comb through it. And you imagine the blockages in your aura, which is stuck energy, and you melt those away with gold light. And let's unblock in all three colors. Red grounding, just imagine that both your astral body grounding and your physical body grounding are red. Meaning like your spirit body has its own grounding and then your physical body has its own grounding. So make both of those groundings red and then imagine a composite of both of those groundings together and just unblock them. So you don't want any clogs, especially at the bottom, because you want the suction, the downward flow throughout the grounding to be very, very strong, because that allows you to let go of energy that you want to release and helps you to just get over things quickly, be more alert. So this is unblocking your grounding at the color red. And again, you just imagine the blockages kind of like maybe a big iceberg or a big rock, and you just focus enough gold light on it until it completely breaks up and dissolves and washes down to the core of the earth. So that's your grounding at red. So now make both of your groundings your favorite shade of orange. And unblock your groundings at orange. And again, you can imagine the hard energy blocks wherever they are. but especially at the very bottom. And just imagine any big blockages you have. Maybe it looks like a big boulder, big rock, and just focus enough gold light on it until it melts. And again, with your groundings at orange, find another big blockage in your grounding. Focus enough gold light on it until it melts away. And then yellow, make both your groundings your favorite shade of yellow. And unblock both your groundings at yellow, especially at the bottom. Sometimes people have more stagnant energy in the sides of their aura. So you can unblock the sides of your grounding, because if you have good flow in your grounding, it'll help you release and help you have better flow. So unblock both sides of your grounding at yellow, meaning your groundings are at yellow and you're using gold light to melt away the blocks. So that was just unblocking grounding at each of the 3 colors. So let's do a teeny bit of chakra unblocking before we do aura repair, because sometimes people say, oh, I fell asleep, you know, towards the beginning, da-da-da. So sometimes people are meant to sleep through the healing because you can watch it later as a video, and that's fine. But maybe if we do a little bit of chakra unblocking, that could help for those people that get jumpy or distracted or sleepy during the healing. So let's try that out. So the major chakras are along the spine. You have 7 major chakras of your physical body, 7 major chakras of your astral body, which is you. So you can just imagine them together. So both your 7 chakras it looks like just one chakra, but it represents both astral and physical. 7th chakra, which is in the top of your head. 6th chakra, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In other words, they're, round open cylinders, round opening at the bottom and the top for your 7th chakra, but then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 are oriented this way with round opening in the front and round opening in the back. So you can just imagine all those cylinders out in front of you, 7 through 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But you don't have to worry if you can't see that, just imagine or use your intention. And you want to use the gold light to unblock. And lately, I'm kind of enjoying moving over the energy blocks. So you can just move the energy blocks over that are healthy and gentle to clear right now. So you have the images of the chakras, and then you just moved over all the junk that you want to clear. So then here's just junk. And so if you're healing yourself, you could just blow up that column of junk. But if you're healing someone else, just run gold light through it till it melts. Which is also fine to do for yourself as well. So again, imagine this composite of it looks like 7 chakras, but it's your 7 astral and your 7 physical. And then just move over the compressed blocked energy that you want to clear. And just run gold light through it or blow it up. I like that. A little bit more with the chakras, just really quickly. 3rd chakra, below the sternum bone, that's the one where if you're sleepy, it might be a little too blocked. If you're sleepy and it's not just your angel saying, yeah, a nap would really be beneficial for you. It's just that you're stuck and that's why you're sleepy. Then it's your third that's stuck. So I'm just helping people have better flow in their third right now. Third chakra, again, right here. Also, another good one for sort of alertness, not feeling sleepy, is creative rings, which also kind of goes with the creativity theme. I'm taking notes because later there'll be a detailed healing summary in the comment section with timestamp links within a day. I think we'll do aura repair actually first, just in case, because if you need aura repair and we're doing all this complicated stuff, it's not pretty. It won't work well. So we will do aura repair now, and then we will do the creative ring thing I mentioned, which is good not only for creativity, but just even basic alertness and not feeling like you have to go to sleep. And again, sometimes napping is good. I mean, napping is beneficial. I love napping. One of my heaven friends was all about naps, and like when he was in the lifetime. And one of my heaven friends is all about naps, but he was when he was living too. I probably not his whole life, but I knew him when he was in his early 80s, and he was so in favor of napping. Like you could be hanging out with him, and he would just nap right in his chair. Like he would just knock off. It's just something you get used to. That's cute. But anyway, napping is good, you know, even if you're not in your early 80s. It can, particularly I think if you meditate and stuff, because it's like a chance to sort of take a little time out and you can clear a lot of energy in a nap and then come back, you know, and you can get perspective, you know, your angels can give you a pep talk so that you realize like, oh, okay, all right, and then you come back in. It's kind of like a timeout in a football game or something, I guess. You know, where you talk to the coach and you know you figure stuff out, and then you go back into the game. So angels are usually very in favor of naps, just for the record. But anyway, let's do aura repair. All right, so aura repair, you imagine a copy of your auras out in front of you. Auras, plural, astral aura and physical body aura. But you imagine them both in the same place. So it just looks like one bubble, but it represents the bubble for your spirit aura, your astral body aura. Same thing, spirit body aura, astral body aura, same thing. So there's one aura for that, and then there's the one aura for your physical body. And you want to, for aura repair, you want to make sure there are no rips or gashes, and those happen from the outside in because external energy has been thrown at you, either from a particularly aggressive, invasive being or a person. A lot of times it's a person. Someone who is subconsciously triggered by you and just throwing energy. So anyway, you think about the perimeter of these two auras and you look for or imagine rips or gashes, if there are any, and you use gold light, gold fire, and you just let the gold fire clean out the gashes. Sometimes, you know, if you haven't done aura repair in a while, it could be like a big valley, or some people have never done aura repair, like maybe, you know, most of the back of their aura is missing. But anyway, just wash it out with gold light, lots and lots and lots of gold light from your hands. And the idea is you can get like sort of junky buildup. Yeah, I'm not gonna do. I will do it later, but later we'll do vacuum boxes and crowd exercise. But I think to get beings and stuff out of the way. But just know that when you do aura repair, you can have stuff in the way, people's energy in the way, and little invasive beings in the way. You just kind of scoop the gold light underneath all that. So, like, say you have a gash, you have some junk in the gash, just scoop the gold light so it sort of is at the base of the ripped part, because you want the gold light to get into the damaged surfaces of your aura. And so you just kind of use gold fire that just sort of goes in there and gets all the rips repaired fully. So they get cleaned out enough, and then that aura grows back so that it is actually a nice round bubble with no gashes and holes anymore. So that was aura repair. Now we will do crowd exercise and vacuum boxes, and then just make sure everything's okay, that you got that. So vacuum boxes, let's do crowd exercise first. So crowd exercise is to get rid of invasive beings and invasive people. And so a crowd exercise, you imagine at a reassuring distance away from you, but a visual representation of any invasive beings that are trying to mess with you, throwing energy, courting, screaming at you telepathically, whatever. So just imagine a crowd of invasive beings that are messing with you, and then a different crowd of invasive beings that might be messing with you from within your energy field. So just being a nuisance in your grounding, or being a nuisance in the back of your aura somewhere. So just imagine invasive beings messing with you from afar, invasive beings messing with you internally, and just say, angels, can you please recycle all these beings? And when you say angels, and then you say that, please recycle all these beings, your angels do it. And so you just relax with a beverage while your angels do the work for you. Okay, and let's do that 2 more times just to be thorough. So imagine a crowd of invasive beings, if there are any leftovers, messing with you from afar. And then a crowd of invasive beings messing with you internally, potentially. And just say, angels, can you please recycle these beings? And just relax while your angels do the work. Okay, one last time. Imagine a crowd of invasive beings that are messing with you from afar, a crowd of invasive beings that are messing with you from up close. And then say, angels, can you please recycle all these beings? Okay, and so then we'll do the same crowd exercise, but for invasive people, which we do a little differently. You're going to imagine the people, and then we will speak in inspiring ways with them, cleanly, not manipulative, not trying to be coercive at all. But you can remind people of things that they could be doing instead of bothering you, that are appealing to them, and then they go and do those things, and those things are more centering, and therefore they get unstuck, and they're not stuck in harassing you anymore. So it's useful. And just keep in mind that with some people, they'll need reminders. Life will trigger them again. They won't be able to handle it. They'll trigger. They'll start bothering you again. So then you just do this exercise again to help them to recenter and remember and go away. So you imagine the crowd of invasive people that are messing with you from afar. So that could be throwing energy, telepathically screaming at you, courting you from afar. So imagine a crowd of people messing with you from afar, and then a crowd of people that are messing with you from up close, like maybe a little bit of their energies in your aura somewhere, or in a chakra, or in your grounding. And then you just say hi to these people, just chill out, be present. Just say, hey, your angels can help you. If you go say hi to your angels, go take a deep breath. That could really help you have a good day. I know you have a lot of challenges. Your angels can help you carry your burdens for you. Your angels can help you with your fears and worries. If you take a deep breath, work on your grounding a little. Have your angels help you with your grounding. It could really help your day. So sometimes you have to suggest different things because different things appeal to different people. So that maybe took care of everybody, but if you have one or two stragglers who are still trying to be invasive with you, just say, angels, can you help me with those people? So that was crowd exercise for beings and people. And then we'll do vacuum boxes. So vacuum boxes are little 3D boxes that help you that get rid of invasive beings that are near the box, and also invasive people's energy that's near the box. So you make them strong, but then you can put a whole bunch everywhere because that's easy to do anyway. So that's good too. Just make a bunch in your grounding and around your grounding. So remember we said you have 2 groundings, physical and astral grounding. So just make vacuum boxes inside both your groundings, make vacuum boxes outside of both your groundings, all around the outside of both your groundings. And if you think, well, I can't do that, just have your angels help you. But you just kind of imagine the boxes that you make around and inside your grounding. And then vacuum boxes all around your physical body. So behind your physical body, along the sides of your physical body, and in front of your physical body. Make a whole bunch of vacuum boxes. And again, if you need angel help, just say, angels, help me do that. And same thing, but around your astral body, which is you, just energy, no bones. And so a bunch of vacuum boxes behind your astral body everywhere. A bunch of vacuum boxes to the sides of your astral body. Bunch of vacuum boxes in front of your astral body everywhere. So all along the front, make vacuum boxes. And make some above your head, right above your head, and then far above your head, and below your feet, right below your feet, and far below your feet. And the only other place we'll do it is your spiritual path, which is the road that's just for you, that represents what you're meant to learn and experience in this life. But you can have unnecessary blockages on this path that make things confusing or too challenging. So we can clear off the path so that there's none of that pointless drama is on there, or less and less of it. So just make a whole bunch of vacuum boxes. Imagine you on the path and make vacuum boxes around you, behind you, above you, and in front of you on your path. And again, if you feel you had problems with any of that, say, angels, help me. And then you can turn on your vacuum boxes with your remote control. And then you just relax while your vacuum boxes suck up the invasive beings and people. You know, maybe take some deep breaths as your vacuum boxes work. All right, and then just say, angels, can you please recycle my vacuum boxes? All right. So let's double check our aura repair. Now that we've done our crowd exercise and our vacuum boxes, we'll go back to aura repair and finish it up. Because if there were some beings in the way of you finishing your aura repair, there probably are not now, since you did that being removal stuff. So again, just check the outer perimeter of both your astral and physical auras. Make sure there's no rips. And you could have scars or bruising. It's the same general idea, I guess. Scars and bruising. For me, like bruising can be deeper and multi-layer, whereas scarring is just right on the outer surface of the 7th layer. But it's the same thing. It's like a little bit of damage from where you did used to have the rip. It's like bruised around it and heavy and dark, or right on the outer edge where it used to be a giant rip. Now there's just a little bit of a hard scar. So go ahead and look for aura bruising and aura scarring. Just comb through your aura layers everywhere and just see if there's any bruising or scarring, and just send gold light there. So if like I had a guy who said, "Oh, it's been a hard week at work," so on a practical level, what that means is he got whacked like several times pretty badly at work, and he did repair his aura at least once or twice, but some of the repairs weren't as thorough as they could have been, and so even when he got the Friday healing that finished repairing his aura, he still had some bruising, but now we cleared it up just with the extra gold light and thinking of those hard, heavy areas, and just use extra gold light until those hard, heavy areas clear up and become bright and flowing. Right. So that was more aura repair to do the get rid of the scars and bruising, aura scars and aura bruising. Okay. Oh, redo your gold buffer zones. That just takes a second to redo both of them. Gold buffers are big gold force fields that you create and then attach to your regular auras, and it helps slow the rate of aura damage. And then you just recreate them periodically because they get damaged and you want them to continue to buffer and protect your aura. And you learn about those in the video Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones. So you can search Janet Wright Gold Buffer Zones to find that. All right. So now the creative ring thing that I was going to do. So creative rings are 3 gold rings above the head, above the 7th chakra, 1, 2, 3. So they're basically located in the 1st and 2nd layers of the aura. So 1st layer, 2nd layer, so they're right there, 1, 2, 3. And they can get pretty blocked up. And when they get pretty blocked up, then the energy that your 7th chakra is trying to send up to your 7th layer, some of it has to detour around. And then the new energy that you're trying to bring in, that's your energy, and you're trying to bring it this way down into your 7th chakra, it has to detour around all the blockages in your creative rings. And sometimes that's why you're like, oh, I need to take a nap, because there's just all this weird detouring and blockages. And so let's unblock your creative rings. And some people need creative ring repair even. Like if you've gotten a lot of aura damage up there, it can shatter the rings or make a break in them. Or so just imagine so this is creative ring repair and then unblocking. So imagine the 3 gold rings and just notice if they're broken at all. And again, this is metallic gold, not yellow gold. Of course, they could look black or gray or white or something because they have junk wrapped around them. But whatever. First, just imagine the rings, the 3 gold rings, and see if they are in need of repair. Like, are they broken? And if they are, you just focus your gold light around the broken edges until they grow back. So it's 1 gold ring, another gold ring beneath it, and another gold ring beneath it. And I guess for good measure, just because there can be beings in the way, and again, you are a giant, mighty being, and these little things are just pesky, annoying in your way things. It's nothing to be afraid of. But you can say, angels, can you please recycle any beings or being tunnels, which are passageways, any beings or being tunnels that are in or around my creative rings? Can you recycle them for me? So again, what was that? We're repairing and unblocking our creative rings. We already did some repair, but we want to get beings out of the way in case there are little invasive beings in the way. So you just say, angels, please recycle any beings or being tunnels in or around my creative rings. And then again, go ahead and imagine the 3 gold rings and make sure the gold light can travel fully around in a circle. Make sure it's fully, they're whole rings without breaks in them. And also you don't want any scratches or little pieces missing. So just keep using lots of gold light. So that's basic repair. And then we can do basic unblocking, which you just make sure they're not clogged. Like you want the ring to be, able to, your energy to pass through it fully. So just melt away anything that's inside those creative rings with gold light from your hands. And like I said, I'm sort of a fan these days of moving the blocks to the side. And then if you're healing yourself, you can just blow them up at that point, or you can use gold light to melt them. So you imagine your 3 gold creative rings, and then imagine anything that's blocking them, and just move those blockages to the side and blow them up if they're yours, or run gold light through them to melt them fully. And again, imagine the 3 gold creative rings and move the blockages to the side and blow them up, or run gold light through them to dissolve them. And also we could do sticky gold wax to unblock them, which is where you imagine gold wax that sticks to any beings or energy blocks or hard devices or whatever that you need to clear from around your creative rings. So sticky gold wax in there and all around. And then the wax is going to remove all that junk that you don't want. So just move the wax and the objects to the side and just say, angels, here you go. One more time, imagine your 3 gold creative rings, put sticky wax all around them, sticky gold wax, and then have the sticky gold wax adhere to whatever you want to get rid of. Move it to the side and then give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. So you want to just make sure, okay, intuitively, like, can 100% of the energy that I'm sending upward go through the creative rings, or does any of it have to detour around? And same thing from this direction is all the energy, your energy that you need to bring down into your 7th chakra, is that able to go through, or does any of it have to detour around? And if any of it has to detour around, you're not done unblocking. But I think that we are done. I'm done. And again, that can help with alertness, not feeling overwhelmed, with focus, with not feeling sleepy. So that's creative ring repairing and unblocking. And while we're at it, let's do the underside of the creative rings. You just turn your copy upside down and repair the underside of the creative rings, because you can get these weird like gashes and scratches in the rings on the underside, and healing that can be a big deal in a good way. So you just wash out the scratches and gashes in the underside of your creative rings. And once they're cleaned out enough, they grow back. They, like, the scratches just go away. And you're imagining and repairing what's healthy and gentle to repair right now. And that's something that you can repeat whenever you want. The repairing the undersides of your creative rings, because I think there's probably more and more and more and more and more that you can repair over time as far as the underside of your creative rings. Plus, unblocking the creative rings, you can do that whenever you want to, because they can get blocked up very easily, you know, at some point, or like, you know, 25% blocked. So when you clear it, it's nice. So that is creative ring work, repair and unblocking. So let's see where people are at. So another thing that's complementary, manifestation wings. Complementary to the creative rings because it's an extra energy source. And I do have a video, one of the few videos I've made in the last 6 months, which is short, based on a short live stream that I did. And it's called Generate Enough Energy for Your Day. And so you can search Janet Wright, Generate Enough Energy for Your Day, and it'll come up. And it's like a 23 minutes or something. And you do or repair chakra and grounding, or repair and grounding, but then you also do creative rings, and you do manifestation wings, and you do some chakra work. Because those are three, maybe not the only three, but three major ways to have more energy. So again, that walkthrough is generate enough energy for your day. But anyway, so manifestation wings, they connect right about here and here. So not at your 5th chakra, but beneath that, like around chakra 4.5, so behind here, and then a little bit lower than that. So there's just this area here that kind of feeds energy out to your manifestation wings. So you can just imagine your manifestation wings. They can, like I said at the intro, if you haven't worked them before, they tend to like contract, and they can like look like shriveled up, you know, like how a raisin is kind of all shriveled up. You know, it can look like shriveled up bat wings or something, just real like small. But the more you heal them and unblock them, then they can expand, and they look like big angel wings, like even head to toe size once you really keep healing them a lot. So just imagine your manifestation wings as they currently are, and just unblock that entry point where you sort of send starter energy out to your manifestation wings. Because your manifestation wings are not in your physical body, they're, you know, up against it. So you just, the area where from within your shoulders and your neck, you send energy out to your manifestation wings. I call that starter energy. So you just imagine that like a round opening. That would be sending starter energy out to the wings, to your wings, and just unblock that. Maybe it's half blocked, maybe it's 80% blocked if you have never unblocked it before. And then go ahead, and there's like a, sort of like with your arms, you know how your arms is like a big energy channel, energy flows downward. So it's like that with your manifestation wings. There's like a There's sort of like in a bird wing where like the bone would be and the muscles and everything of the wing. Um, it's like that with the manifestation wings. The energy flows down the wing like that. So just unblock that flow down your manifestation wings. And then just heal the whole wing itself, because you can have just really hard caked on energy that compresses the wings. So you can melt that off with gold fire, gold water. And again, you want to do the healing and repair that is healthy and gentle to do today. You don't want to do too much, but sometimes you can do a lot within that healthy and gentle range. So that's just your intention, that's the amount you're going to do. So again, we are working on the manifestation wings, which are immediately behind the physical body. Technically, they're with your astral body, but you know, when you're present, they're right back here. So just get rid of the caked on junk that's around your manifestation wings. If it doesn't melt, you can just imagine handing it to your angels. Angels, here you go. The hard caked on stuff on either side of the wing. So just imagine that hard energy that's healthy and gentle to get rid of now, and get rid of it. Angels, here you go. So leave the wings there, obviously, and just get rid of the caked on energy. Angels, here you go. And just like with arms, you can actually sort of flex them and you can relax them. There was just I was just getting rid of a little bit of compressed energy right where the wings touch the astral body. You can have like sort of bands of compressing energy, just squeezing that opening close, making it tighter. So I just broke that off and gave it to the angels. That so you get a more relaxed feeling around where the manifestation wings start. And again, you can just imagine a copy of your manifestation wings out in front of you and just send gold light to your manifestation wings with your hands. And send it to the underside of them as well. Heal both sides of your manifestation wings. Don't forget about the other side of your manifestation wings. Sometimes you can have invasive beings that are, because when your manifestation wings are on, they generate a lot of gold light, which is like a big force field, and it strengthens your aura a lot. So you're a lot harder to mess with. So there can be invasive beings that are trying to make sure your manifestation wings don't, work well. And so let's get rid of those invasive beings, because that's annoying. We don't want that. So you just imagine your wings and imagine if there are any beings trying to mess with or shut down your wings. And then say, angels, can you recycle all these beings? And you just relax while your angels do the work for you. Okay, so you can do that again. Just imagine a little copy of your manifestation wings, and just imagine if there are any invasive beings messing with your manifestation wings, and they may be up close by the wings, or they may be outside of your aura trying to mess with it from afar with cords and stuff. So just imagine all those invasive beings that might be messing with your manifestation wings, and just say, angels, can you please recycle all these beings? Okay. So the back of people's aura, so you can now, have a copy of your aura out in front of you. And the nice thing, one of the nice things with copies and using that system to heal yourself and sort of assess yourself even, is you can spin around a copy. So you can look at yourself, just the front, spin it around, look at just the back, or then you can have a profile where you look at the front and the back. So you kind of compare the front of your aura with the back of your aura. And it's funny because of all the manifestation work we just did, the manifestation wings work, so they're generating more energy than before, much more. Um, the back of people's aura feels really strong and flowing. So it would be nice to get survey feedback from people that I healed. Also, especially if you are paying for a loved one or loved ones to get this healing and they're telepathic participants, maybe, it's very useful to get feedback on them as well, and how they're doing after each healing. I'm smiling because sometimes I forget who it is at this point, but it's like somebody's husband keeps like making great strides forward with his home repair projects when we do manifestation wings or something. I think it's just when we do manifestation wings, or it's just funny. It's nice that people make progress, but it's cute too. Okay. So I'm gonna do quickly, haha. With me, it's usually not as quick as I think it will be. But anyway, I'm gonna do the 3 things from Friday that I wanted to repeat. Well, the 2 things from Friday, and then the 1 thing from the Friday little walkthrough video that I want to do now, because I like them. So one is so you let your angels heal you a lot more. I'm going to do extra repair, extra unblocking work with the astral 7th and 1st chakra, because somehow that seems to allow people to be more receptive to the angels' offers of help and healing. And so people tend to get much more deep healings and much more frequent healings from their angels with that, at least in the small time that I've been evaluating it since Friday. So we're going to do that now. So unblocking astral, 7th and 1st chakra, so that you let the angels heal you more on an ongoing basis when you're awake, but also when you're asleep. So just imagine copies of your astral 7th chakra in the top of your astral head, and then your astral 1st chakra at the base of your astral spine. So astral 1st chakra would be oriented this way, round opening in the front and the back. And then astral 7th chakra would be oriented this way, with round opening in the top and the bottom. And so just unblock them more. Just use gold light. Ideal color for the 7th is purple, so you can set it to your favorite shade of purple. Ideal color for your 1st chakra is red, so you can set it your 1st chakra to your favorite shade of red. So just gold light. So you're sending gold light with your hands, your fingertips and your hand, to both your astral 7th and your astral 1st chakra. And you can also just imagine the hard energy around or in or near the 7th and 1st chakras, and just move the hard energy over. If you're healing yourself, you can just blow up that hard energy. If you're healing someone else, just use lots of gold light till it all melts. Okay, so imagine your astral 7th, your astral 1st, and just move over the hard energy and blow it up or melt it. All right, astral 7th and astral 1st chakra. Imagine the hard stuff, move the hard stuff over and melt it or blow it up. I'm just looking at one thing for a sec. Hold on. So, okay. Again, with the astral 7th and 1st chakra, even with the unblocking we just did, there may be more that you could do with unblocking your astral 7th and 1st chakras that will help you. So think of like the physical issues that you have. If you, like for example, maybe you have a chronic illness, or maybe you have just something that occasionally happens to you, occasional headaches, or maybe you, you know, your eyes are a little weaker than you'd like, you know, you use reading glasses or something. So all that isn't sort of like, I don't, you know, I've heard sort of what I disagree with, that some people are like, well, you know, you should be able to heal everything and have no flaws at all in your physical body. I That's not really the way I see it. I think some things do help you learn and grow, and it's just part of your life. But to the extent that there's any wiggle room, let's work it, you know? Like if there's if there's any blockages in your seventh and your first that are preventing your angels from helping you with whatever chronic illness you have or whatever physical issue that you have, or even an emotional or mental issue that you have that's recurring, let's work that. So like in your seventh and your first chakras, let's call them like chronic issues, right? Any chronic issue energy blocks, any pieces of energy that maintain these chronic issues with your body, mind, or spirit, and just move aside the chronic issue energy blocks and just say, angels, here you go. That's always nice and safe. Just give it to your angels. That way, if you're allowed to just clear it, it'll clear. So again, astral seventh and first chakras, right, of your energy body. Just move to the side chronic issue energy blocks that exist in your seventh and first chakra. Move them over and say, angels, here you go. And again, imagine astral seventh chakra and astral first chakra, and move to the side chronic issue energy blocks that you have. And then just give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Okay, so that was work on the astral seventh chakra, the astral first chakra of your astral body, your spirit body, you. And we did extra unblocking because it's related to that. The more it's unblocked, the more it's sort of in its pure state, the more you allow your angels to give you more frequent and more deep healing and help. And then we did extra unblocking for chronic issues that you may have, like even overeating or chronic illness, stuff like that. If there are any energy blocks that are blocking you from letting the angels help you with those issues, then we especially focus on clearing those. Okay, cool. And that was partially inspired by somebody's survey, so thank you very much. He has chronic issues involved with fatigue and pain, and he had a flare-up, so that got me, and he wrote it on his survey, so that got me thinking about it and what I could do with that. So thank you very much, everybody, for your surveys. So check your grounding real quickly. Just redo your grounding, red or orange or yellow. And unblock your grounding. Just imagine both of them, both your physical and your astral body grounding at red or at yellow or at orange, whichever you want, but make both groundings the same color. And unblock them. Especially at the bottom, you can get stuff that gets clogged at the bottom. So you want to get rid of the blocks right at the bottom of your grounding. And if you're a newbie, you might not know sort of the symptoms of like, oh, my grounding is blocked. So if you get cranky, a lot of times your grounding has blocked, or if you get tired, your grounding has blocked. Moody, your grounding has blocked. So when in doubt, unblock your grounding. If you get stressed out, nervous, your grounding has blocked. So just make sure it's wide and unblocked. Because a lot of times it gets clogged and then it gets really narrow. Okay. So that was just a moment for grounding. And then the whose problems clean out. So this is fun. We also did it on Friday, and it's also in that little walkthrough, the 28-minute walkthrough that I did on Friday. So whose problems are you carrying? And the two ways that you could be carrying problems is maybe you just out of love and concern for somebody, but an unhealthy, imbalanced kind of love. You thought if you take on a copy of somebody's problem that you love, that maybe that'll help them somehow, but it doesn't help them, and now you're way down and screwed up. So get rid of that. And then also, sometimes people aren't really ready to change. They aren't ready to deal with their problems, but they may be ready to talk about them and hand them to you. Uh, so then you're weighed down and it doesn't help anybody. So and you can be carrying these problems from, like, childhood, from a past life, from a week ago. And it can get in the way of your creativity because you can be using your creative energy to do this pointless exercise of trying to fix other people and solve their problems subconsciously. So once you get rid of all that, it can free you up from that very discouraging pursuit. Okay, so you can put out your arms and say, whose problems am I carrying? And just imagine, say the biggest problem that's healthy and gentle to clear right now. Just imagine it right in your arms. And you can imagine it looks like something, like it looks like a pile of dirty laundry, or a pile of bricks, or, big logs, or whatever. So this is the problem from somebody else that you're carrying, and just use your intuition. If you don't like how, like, sensory that feels to have it close to you, you can imagine it far away and think about it. But I like having them up close, so you're like, whoa, I've been carrying this. So just think of whose problem is it, and just think, is it a male or female? Work person or personal life person? And you may realize what it is. If you don't, that's okay too. You can just clear it. So you can. I like making them smaller. Shrink it up and then give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. But you can hand the big thing to your angels. Angels, here you go. Just hand it to your angels. All right. So you got rid of that problem. Good job. So let's do It's Not My Problems. It's Not My Problem flower healing. And then we'll do more clearing again. So go ahead, make energy healing flowers of universal healing energy, gold and or rainbow colors, that are at a vibration that's going to remind you that other people's inner problems, you can't solve them. They have to solve them. So it's not your problem. So just make a whole bunch of energy healing flowers for yourself at the vibration that's going to help you realize it's not your problem. And then say, angels, can you double check my flowers? So that way you're sure it's going to be a really healthy vibration for you, and then just give those flowers to yourself. Okay, let's do that again. More It's Not My Problem flowers for yourself. Make them. And say, angels, double check my flowers. And then give them to yourself. And they'll go wherever you need them in your space. Okay, so let's do the clearing part again now that we did the nourishing. So put out your arms. Whose problem are you carrying? And just imagine another load of problems from somebody that it's really good to clear right now. And just think, is this from a female or a male? Is it a work person or personal life person? And how long have you been carrying this problem? And go ahead and just reduce the problem in size, shrink it and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. So examples of the problems, it could be like, maybe your mom when you were little was really, really cranky a lot of the time. And so the problem could be, how do I cheer up my mom? And you have that in your space, even though you haven't been a kid in 40 years. An example of somebody that I'm healing, his problem that he just got rid of was, why is my father not proud of me? And so at some point in his childhood, his dad was showing a little too much disappointment, maybe. So it was a little bit disempowering for him as a kid. And so he got this problem in his face, like, oh, how can I make my dad like me and be proud of me? So now he got rid of that. So because it's just screws with your brain, it's not like, it doesn't make you a better person. It just crushes you a little bit. So we don't want that. Another example Somebody else, let's see. Is more of a classic example, work related. It's from her boss, and her boss isn't happy, like really ever. And so she's like, how can I make my boss happy? And that was the problem that she was carrying. So it's sort of like her boss's anger and stress issues, and she was trying to solve it as a problem, which just makes her overgive and overwork and makes it hard for her to think straight when she's doing work because it's overwhelming when you have somebody else's problem in your space. So, okay, let's do one more round of It's Not My Problem flowers. Make more It's Not My Problem flowers. Have your angels double check them. Angels double check these flowers and then give them to yourself. Okay, It's Not My Problem flowers. Make more for yourself and say, angels double check my flowers and give them to yourself. Okay, and let's do one more batch of clearing too. For whose problems are you carrying? Go ahead and imagine another load of problems that you've been carrying. And is it from a male or female? And is it a work person or a personal life person? And how long have you been carrying this problem? And then just go ahead and reduce that problem in size, just for fun, and hand it to your angels. Angels, here you go. All right, good job. Woohoo! So that was the It's Not My Problem exercise. All right. Let's see. So the imbalanced love rules, which we did not do in the Friday Big Healing, but it is in that Friday walkthrough, the 28-minute little walkthrough video that I did. Imbalanced love rules. And that's in the title too. And I'm sorry, that's a very unsexy name of the technique. But oh well. Maybe someday I'll think of a better name for it. But so what it means is that you can internalize things like people will love me if, people will love me if I'm always on time, or people will love me if I'm, let's see, if I make them happy. People will love me if I'm the best worker in the office. People will love me if I I'm very generous all the time. People will love me if I'm funny all the time. People will love me um, if I fix everybody's problems. So obviously these things are a little bit extreme, and they can fuel you into pretty extreme behaviors or, yeah, interactions with others where you overgive or you just let people dump on you and you just save the energy. You don't just get rid of it instantly on a spirit level. So let's get rid of these imbalanced love rules that somehow you got, you learned as a kid maybe, or just some unhealthy relationship in this or past lives. So go ahead and make a big blanket out in front of you. We'll do blanket exercise to clear them. Just imagine a big old blanket out in front of you. And then heap onto it any imbalanced love rules that you have. So, rules where you have to be perfect, or you have to be funny all the time, or you have to be perfectly on time all the time, or you have to whatever. Just any rules about, oh, people will love me if I do this, 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 and this. And just put them all on the blanket. And then say, angels, can you double check my pile? Because they know you're about to clear this stuff, and that way, you don't have to worry that you're clearing something that's good. These are imbalanced love rules inherently, so they're not good. They're making you do things that are unhealthy. But anyway, your angels just check the pile. So now you can blow up the pile if it's yours, or melt it with gold light. That's good too. With this one, we can do flower healing, and then we'll do another clearing of that again. So the flower healing for this one could be self-acceptance, self-love flowers. So make energy healing flowers from universal healing energy. It could be gold, it could be any rainbow colors. You don't have to think about it. But just the self-love vibration that you need right now, self-acceptance, self-love. In flowers, and lots of flowers for yourself, and just say, angels, can you double check my flowers? And then give them to yourself. And then one more time, self-love and self-acceptance flowers for yourself. And just make 1,000 times more than that for yourself, so you're sure you have enough. And then, angels, can you double check my flowers? Again, these are self-love, self-acceptance flowers you just made. And then give them to yourself. Deep breath. Okay, so let's do one more time of clearing imbalanced love rules. Big gold blanket out in front of you. And heap onto the blanket any imbalanced love rules that somehow you learned or internalized through some probably imbalanced situation, or maybe you were just confused as a child in some life or this life. So just put onto the blanket all the imbalanced love rules where you're trying to be perfectly funny or perfectly beautiful or perfectly on time or perfectly, solve everybody else's problems, make the whole planet happy. And just shove all that onto the blanket and then say, angels, can you double check my piles? And then go ahead, and if it's your pile, you're healing yourself, just blow it up if you want, or you can also melt it with gold light. And just keep breathing and relax. Maybe wiggle your toes so that you're not too much in the pile as you're melting it. You want to be in your body as you're melting the pile. All right. So one more time, self-love and self-acceptance flowers for yourself. And make 1,000 times more and say, angels, double check my flowers. Give them to yourself. All right, so that was imbalanced love rules, clearing imbalanced love rules with self-love flowers afterwards. And we did a few reps back and forth of that because when you nourish, a lot of times it makes you able to clear again. So it helps, both one helps the other. I'm going to see where... Let's see where everybody's at. So you could have, this is a special thing that we did on Friday. And I think it helped. So it's a special crowd exercise for triggered people. Because when you're doing all this work, and by the way, we are going to do the brain work right after this, which is cool. But when you're doing this work, particularly this kind of deeper stuff, you could be triggering people that you know, a neighbor, a relative, a sibling, a parent, your partner, just because this is deeper stuff and they may not be ready to work on that, but they're aware that you just did, and so it can trigger uncomfortable things for them, and then they could be crabby with you and throw energy at you. So we don't want that. I mean, that'll be a hassle for you potentially, and you don't really, it's not productive to trigger other people in a way that gets them more stuck than they already were. Right? That's not good. So crowd exercise for triggered people is where you just imagine the people that are freaking out because of your change. Anybody that is possibly even freaked out. And you don't have to know who they are. Just imagine, one big crowd in front of you, at a comfortable distance in front of you. So it could be like 20 feet in front of you, But just imagine a crowd of people that might be triggered by the growth that you just did and you're doing right now in your life, and then just have a conversation with them, just remind them, just like we did with the earlier crowd exercise. Remind them that they can work with their angels, they can center, they can breathe, they can ground, all that good stuff, but just you're not brainwashing anybody, you're just staying present and saying hi to them and reminding them of these nice things so that they can go and not be triggered. So hi everybody, go talk to your angels. You could go talk to your angels. Your angels can help you have a really good day. Everybody has their own angels. You could just say, angels, please heal me. You could just go take a deep breath if you want. If you take a big deep breath, that could be centering, and even just that one little thing, that deep breath, can help you have a better day. And if you're tired, if you're worried, if you're lonely, your angels can help you with that. Just say, angels, help me with this. All right. So if you still have anybody in the crowd that's still triggered by you, you can say, angels, can you please help that person? All right, good job. So now we'll do fun with the brain. We'll do some brain healing. Quickly check your grounding. People I'm healing have really fabulous grounding right now. But double check both your groundings. Recreate them, red or orange or yellow. Nice and wide, nice and high as your third chakra. And just imagine your grounding and unblock it. Imagine any clogs in your grounding and just soak them with so much gold light that they melt. Imagine another clog in your grounding, soak it with so much gold light that it melts. Okay, now fun with the brain. So, I am not a medical professional, by the way. Even in Chinese medicine, I'm definitely not a medical professional. But you can play with stuff with your body and give it energy healing, and it's cool. So, anyway, so your brain, that's what I'll be healing, and also your spinal cord, within your vertebrae bones. So I'm just gonna check that out. I might not talk much as I'm doing it because I gotta think about what I'm sensing. But if you're doing yourself, you could, like, for example, you could bring up red earth energy and soak the whole thing in red earth energy. Red earth energy is a nice energy for the physical body, sort of a good all-purpose energy. So you could bring up red earth energy and soak your spinal cord and your whole brain, including the brain stem. The brain, so there's the spinal cord and it turns into the brain stem and then it goes into the brain. So just soak the whole thing with red earth energy and then comb through it with gold light, just like you would any part of your aura. So the first thing I'm going to do is just the outer part of the brain. And again, I'm so not a medical professional. But from what little I know, there's a cortex area that's like a 1/8 inch deep all around the cerebrum. And so that outermost part of the brain. And that is kind of fun because you can kind of look and see. For me, it's like if it's alive and healthy and happy, it's like red and flowy, and you can have like sort of black or white patches in it that are more, I mean, they're not literally dead, but they kind of feel that way. They feel like, sort of blocked, like as if you find, scarring in the edge of your aura. that kind of thing. So you want to see just your cerebral cortex, the the outer eighth inch, 1/8 inch part of your cerebrum, just see that outer 1/8 inch and just kind of comb through it with gold light and the red earth energy, and just look for any little dead spots that are, hard black or hard white, and just run gold light through those especially. And you can just do an all-purpose, like, angels, can you please clean any beings and being tunnels out of my brain and spine and spinal cord. So beings, can you recycle any beings or being tunnels in my spinal cord or my brain? So again, I'm just doing that cortex part, the outer 1/8 inch of your brain, the upper part of your brain, which is a big part of your brain, and just that outer 1/8 inch of your brain, just to make sure the flow is good there. And then I'm just gonna help the flow throughout. Um, kind of like when you give yourself flower healing. Yeah, I guess we could do that. It's funny, the angels are telling me what to do, and sometimes I'm thinking they mean it's a metaphor, and they're like, no, literally do it. So, okay, you imagine your brain and your spinal cord, and just make energy healing flowers for your brain and your spinal cord. So just make a whole bunch of flowers, they'll end up being rainbow color or gold or both. And just make a whole bunch of healing flowers for your brain and your spinal cord. And then go ahead, angels, double check my flowers. And then go ahead and give them to your brain and your spinal cord. And you can make your copy of the brain, big or small. You can turn it and rotate it. But right now I'm making a really big copy, so I can kind of. And I'm not just healing the outer part now, I'm healing inner parts. But again, this is like, I'm not really listing each organ, each little part of the brain. If you want, I did find this kind of cool. I was looking at brain videos, on YouTube just briefly, and I did find one that was kind of nice, so I could link that. It just talks about brain anatomy, but I felt like the guy was really grounded and clear. So like you could kind of intuitively think as he was talking about, like, oh, that I need to work on that part of my brain. Oh, that part would be good to heal. Because some other brain videos, like the guy was like, so out of his body and talking so fast, and it wasn't conducive to using your intuition at the same time. So I'll link that brain video. But it's not like the best one on the internet, I'm sure. I just watched maybe 6 or so brain videos, and it was the best one as far as, how mellow and centered the speaker was, and in delivering, information that could, provide you with ideas for your own brain healing. So anyway, again, I'm just healing the brain. And the brain stem as well. since the energy has to flow like up the spinal cord into the brainstem and then into the brain, I felt like there could be a bunch of energy blocks, you know, in the brain stem that kind of get in the way of that nice flow between the rest of the brain and the spinal cord. So you can just imagine the brain stem part, which I think technically is like three different, they divide it up into three different parts, but whatever, like a brain stem, and just unblock it. Just imagine if there's any sort of dead zones in there or blocked energy, and just, you can use your red earth energy and then gold light. Because overall, any part of the body that you're healing, you want energy to flow freely. You want it to be able to vibrate, kind of like a bell when you ring a bell and it resonates. You don't want any dead zones, any, you know, blocked areas. And again, I'm just doing that cortex part, the outer 1/8 inch of the cerebrum. So like, you know, in there. And then the brain, spinal cord. And again, with the spinal cord, again, you can kind of treat it like an energy channel and just see if there are any blockages, because the energy should freely flow up and down. So just look for any sort of dead zones or blocked areas. And just use gold light and red earth energy and just melt away what blocks are healthy and gentle to melt away right now in your spinal cord. So again, imagine another bunch of blocks that are healthy and gentle to melt away right now. And I didn't explicitly mention that this healing is about creativity, because it's about all sorts of things. It doesn't have to be so limited, but so as we finish up healing the brain and the spinal cord, you can just extra imagine any blockages that are in the way of your manifesting and creativity that are good to clear right now. And just, you can imagine those blocks and move them away from your copy of the brain and the spinal cord. Move away the blocks that are good to clear right now that are in the way of your manifesting and your creativity. And then if it's you're healing, just blow up those blocks or melt them with gold light. So one more time, just imagine your copy of your brain and your spinal cord, and just imagine any blocks in these areas that are messing with your creativity and or your manifesting, your problem solving, all that good stuff. And just move the blocks away to the side and blow them up or melt them with gold light. All right, so I think we're pretty much done. I'm just gonna check everybody's grounding one more time so you can check yours. Just make sure it's wide and flowing, both astral grounding and physical body grounding. Make sure it's unblocked, especially at the bottom and the back. Comb through your aura, your chakras, redo your buffer zones. And then as we wrap up, just say, angels, can you give me a blessing and a healing? And also, angels, can you bless my creativity? You heal my creativity. All right, so we're done. Did the healing. That was huge. Good job, guys. And don't feel bad if you need to do this healing like in sections or whatever. Um, it was a lot. And again, if you want a tiny taste of some of what we did today, there's that 28-minute walkthrough that I did on Friday, and it has, I think it has clear problems in the title, and it also has imbalanced love rules in the title. But if you want the brain healing, you just use within a day, there'll be a timestamp link down below. So you can go right to the brain healing part and do more. All right, cool. So I do have a Q&A, a separate Q&A live stream that technically is supposed to be starting right this minute, but it will be delayed just a little bit. If you have any comments about this healing that you could post really quickly, then feel free to do that, and I'll check them out before I end the live stream. So anything about how you're feeling right now, and if you want, mention, did you heal yourself only, or are you one of the people that I'm healing too, and I healed you? If I don't know your name because of your YouTube ID, then you could put like your first name and your last initial in your comment if you want. And again, like I said, that we're going to have a separate live stream after I take a break. We're going to have a separate live stream that is a Q&A, and anyone can participate in that. So I post one question at the start of the live stream. Anything about, anything that I could answer, about reading, healing, being a pro reader healer, about, self-healing, about boundaries, about creativity, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to catch up with comments before we wrap up. Thank you for all the greetings. Someone says, imbalanced love roles and other people's problems go hand in hand, it seems. Yeah, it did seem to be a good combo. Someone says, hi, Janet, I was late. That's okay, I was late too. Someone says, just seen an orb fly by you. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I watch the video, I'll notice what it is. Sometimes that's just a lighting thing or something reflected or some car drove by or whatever, but whatever. The angels are protecting the space, so I'm not worried. Whatever. Someone says, love that chronic issue energy blocks. Definitely be using that one. Thanks, Janet. You're welcome. Yeah. That's about when we did the astral 7th and 1st chakra unblocking. We also removed energy relating to chronic energy issues, including physical issues. So it says, can I use this moving over the blocks and blowing up technique you did first for 7th and 1st when I do basic grounding astral work? Yeah, use it whenever. I love it. It's like a fun thing. There will be different clearing techniques that just kind of resonate with you more, and then you could get bored with that one, and so the other one works better for you. So, but yeah, that's one of my current favorites. It's just you can even imagine your whole space. You can even imagine all your Wei Qi auras, and any blockages in your Wei Qi auras, but just do what's healthy and gentle to move over right now, and then just blow them up if it's you. Yeah, see, yeah, you can do all of that. Like, yeah, anything on your spiritual path that you should clear right now that's healthy and gentle, just move it over and blow it up. It's very fun. Yeah. Someone says, so many problems from my mom, LOL. Yeah, she's a bit of a dumper, isn't she? Yeah, as you do that work of like, whose problems am I carrying? You'll realize you'll realize kind of who are the dumpers in your life. The thing is, so many people dump energy. It's so mind-blowing. I mean, they don't know they're doing it, so that's part of why they keep doing it, I guess. Right, let's see, where am I? Someone says, hi, Janet, made a mistake and visited my family today. Gotta stop trusting, relying on them. I'm extra triggered despite ongoing healing. Can you give me angel advice, please? Yeah, maybe just ask your angels before you decide to go see them. Give your angels veto power. In case, maybe it's not the right time to see them. I mean, I don't have any contact with my genetic family. I haven't contacted them Gosh, I'm 50 now. I was probably like 22 or something. 21 or 20. Yeah, 22 maybe. Somewhere around there. When I stopped communicating with my genetic family. I mean, it was an extreme situation. I'm not recommending that for everyone. but but yeah, you have to decide what's worth it, what's not worth it. But yeah, you're just triggered. They're courting you, you know. Your grounding is kind of weird right now. It's like half blocked. Your physical body grounding is half blocked. And they threw some hard energy objects that are stuck in your aura. So your aura technically is repaired, but it's got all these weird hard energy objects in it. So you could imagine your aura and just do sticky gold wax, anything from my family, and just move it over and blow it up all at once. That'd be fun. Someone says, I'm really loving blowing things up. Oh, good. Somebody says, I maybe part of why I love it so much is because when you're healing other people, you're not supposed to do that. And so often I'm healing other people. So then when I'm doing myself, it's fun to do extra techniques that I can't do when I do other people. You can't do it when you heal other people because that's too bossy. Like, because if you use gold light, then they're letting go of it, and so technically they're destroying the energy, not you, which is better, more empowering for them. But anyway, I keep losing my place. Someone says, I feel very mellow. I was a participant, so I healed you. Yes. Good to know that you're feeling very mellow. I have a bit of a headache. I think it's from some torn up meridians in my head. Yeah, you have some hard energy objects in your GV actually, and then the one that's to the right next to your GV, I forget what that one is, but yeah. You could just do sticky gold wax like on all of the meridians of your head and your eyes and your neck even. Just like sticky gold wax the whole thing, and have with your intention be that it sticks to any beings or hard objects or clogs. You have it like seep into the meridians and then just lift off all that all at once. Give it to your angels, do that a few times, and then just heal, use gold light for all the meridians in your head and your neck. And just take your time. You don't really have to know what they all are and what they're all called, but just, yeah, just a little bit extra with all that would be good. Yeah. Someone says, super effective healing. Thanks for healing me. Much gratitude to you. You're welcome. Thank you for the feedback. Someone says, hello, and thank you for your healing today. I was out on a nature walk when you started. I felt a bit heady, but now I'm feeling clearer minded. Heavy-headedness is leaving. Oh, good. Yeah, you have a like you're a little confused about guides, like people, there's sort of this grab bag of, oh, my guides, and so some people, they're a little, I would say a little too lenient as to who they're working with. For me, I work with angels, and like rarely, I mean, there are some spirits that I'll talk to that I like that are not angels. Like there's some native spirits of native people that used to live in this area in Washington and that I talk to that are totally cool. I mean, they crossed over, they're technically in heaven, and I talk to them. Or like somebody else that's in heaven, I'll talk to them, but so just line up your actual angels and then line up all the spirits that you think are guides, and just be like, angels, can you help me sort this out? Because I think there are some beings that you think are angels or angel approved guides that are not, and they make you more spacey and weird. And then when we're doing this getting present work, they kind of get in the way because that's not really what they're in favor of. So yeah, just sort it out. Real angels, and then the ones you think are guides, but they're not angel approved. And just say, angels, please help me to get rid of anything that's not healthy for me. Any agreement, any spirit that's not healthy for me. Okay. Someone says, hi, Janet. Is there any portal in my feet? One entity touches my big toe sometimes. No, I don't think you have being tunnels in your feet, but I mean, you're none of us are perfect. You can have a being around your foot easily. Like I mean, right now I have a being that's in my first layer, right here. So I just angels, please recycle them. I mean, it happens. If I mean, for a long time you haven't had a repaired aura, so that's kind of like a giant open door to invasive beings. Now that you have a nice repaired aura, it's just going to take a little time for you to excavate more and more. But even then, it's not perfect. You just notice something by your feet and you say, angels, please recycle that. And then, you know, your angels get rid of it. Sometimes you can have like a group of beings that's maybe like, 40 of them, and then you just say, angels, can you please recycle that whole group? So you just kind of use your intuition. If am I dealing with just a unique, independent kind of being, or is he part of a group? If he's part of a group, just ask your angels to recycle the whole group at once. The feet connect to all organs. Well, your energy meridians in your body, they start and end at your feet. But I don't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't worry too much. Just if you notice an invasive spirit, ask your angels to recycle. Someone says, been following you for about 9 years. Thank you for what you do. Wow, 9 years. That feels like several lifetimes for me. Like if I try to think of what I was doing 9 years ago, where I was. Someone says, but that's cool. That's nice. Thanks for the kind feedback. Someone says, with the whose problems am I carrying? I had a belt wrapped around my arms and my angels assisted in unbuckling it. How cool is that? Huge relief. Good. Good. Yeah, that huge whose problems thing, that's like a game changer for me. And that it's not my problems flowers, man. I'm so there for those. That's like the best thing in my life. That it's not my problem flowers. Oh, so beautiful. Someone says, feel like my mom gets into my space, or is it beings? Can it be both? Yes. That I added that part, but yeah. I've been clearing inner critic beings as you advised. Oh, good. Yeah, you can have negative self-talk. When you have negative self-talk, number one suspect is always some stupid invasive being in the way, like either in your fifth layer or your fifth chakra, or outside cording into your fifth layer or your fifth chakra, because your fifth chakra, fifth layer, that's like your inner thought system, like a PA system for your mind, your consciousness. So it's easy for a being to put some nasty little message in there and give you mean messages in your mind, and then you think, oh, I have negative self-esteem, which you may have energy blocks about that, but when it's like that verbal, blah 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 blah, that's just a being. So just say, angels, that message I just heard, can you recycle that being? And if people don't have even a repaired aura, then that's kind of, you got to repair your aura first and work being present, and then yeah, absolutely, if you ever hear any negative messages like that, just line up any beings that are giving me negative messages, say, angels, can you please recycle all these beings? Don't put up with negative, weird, fear-based, self-hating kind of stuff. Someone says, thank you for this healing. You're welcome. Someone says, dear Janet, do you think invasive beings fear from sharp or metal objects? Is there anything that might make them run away? No, they don't care about sharp or metal objects. They're beings. A physical object is not going to impact them at all. What would make them run away is seeing that you're really present and you know how to get them recycled, and and your aura is so safe and whole that there's no point. If you walk around like a big buffet tray of leaking energy, that attracts a lot of invasive beings. So just work on yourself. You don't have to carry sharp objects or anything. Although that's a funny idea. But no, just work on your energy. Like I said, I said it on Friday. It's like being present, working on being present, working on living your best life is really the point. Don't get too backwards about, oh my God, the beings, how do I scare them away? Just if, get your aura repaired, keep it repaired all the time, and work on your flow and your presence and your wellness. And if you notice beings, just ask to get them recycled by your angels. But yeah. So I hope that makes sense. So this is amazing healing, amazing teacher, you almighty Janet. Oh God, yeah, no, I am not a god. It sounds like you're saying I'm some kind of deity. Maybe you didn't mean to imply that, but yeah, no, definitely not. But thank you for your kind gratitude. That's very nice. So it says, thank you, Janet, you're welcome. Someone says, thank you, you're welcome. Can I actually clear away a close, loving spirit when I clear away my beings? Close, loving spirit. A close, loving spirit. I don't know what you mean. A close, loving spirit. Like, okay, I have a heaven friend who's 80, and he'll show up and say hi, but he's not showing up and saying hi like by hanging around my fourth chakra or hanging out in my aura. He's like, if he shows up, he'll be like 6 feet away, like we're having a conversation. So anything in your space is trespassing and does not belong. There's no close, loving spirit that should be there. That's going to be blocking up your chakras. Like when I talked to that native spirit that, used to live here when he was in a lifetime, and, when he talks to me, he's like 20 feet away, so he's not in my aura, my chakras or anything. So, and besides, you ask the angels to recycle, so they're going to sort things out for you. That's why I always, all these procedures, vacuum boxes, everything, you're asking the angels to recycle. So they know how to sort things out, but nothing should be in your space. That there's no, if you're confused, this space is only for you. There's no close, loving spirit that gets to be in there with you. It's not a bunk bed or something. It's a one-seater only for you. That's how that works. Someone says, do these beings create copies? They come back with the same voices sometimes. No, you must not be getting. I mean, it's just like if you have a fear of a certain thing, or if you have a certain self-esteem issue, it's kind of easy for a being to read you and go, that guy's afraid of being ugly, or that's a guy's afraid of not being loved. And then they just, it's like a theme that they all kind of piggyback on. But no, if you get one recycled, it's not the same one again. So I hope that helps. But again, focus on, the safety, just upbeat safety work. Don't try not to get too, woo-woo about, the beings. They're good to clear out, but they're not the point. The point is you. The point is being here, living your best life. Like you say in your message, you are a mighty, I see. Yeah, you just spelled it differently. Oh yeah, you are a mighty being. Yeah. Yeah, like a mighty, like a strong being. Rah, you're a mighty being. Yes, that's what I tell people. You're a mighty being. So you don't have to be afraid of these little pesky, annoying things. Okay, cool. Thank you. It's something heard from my grandma's. Oh, about the sharp objects. Yeah, no. That was funny. Okay, cool. So I'm going to take a break, and then if anyone wants, I'm going to be doing a Q&A live stream that'll start maybe in like 5 or 10 minutes. It depends on how long my break is. But the event is already on the homepage of my YouTube channel, and it says Q&A for today. I'll change the start time to be like maybe 10 minutes from now. Okay. Bye, you guys are awesome. If you did any part of this healing today, you're super. Bye. And the next group healing is in 2 days, also on creativity, on Tuesday. Okay, bye, bye, bye. So it says you have classes. Yeah, this is a class. All my instruction is free in YouTube videos. There's no private stuff that you pay for. Everything that I teach is here for free for everybody. That way everybody learns it if they want, regardless of their income level. So, okay, bye. See you in the Q&A if you want.